Muhammad wa ali Muhammad salawat. Inshallah, we are now going to start to recite Dua Jawshan Saghir.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما اللهم صل على محمد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إلهي كم من عدو تصاعلا كم من عدو انتضى علي سيف عداوته وشحذ لي ضبة مديته وأرهف لي شبا حده وداف لي قواتل سمومه وسدد إلي صوائب سهامه ولم تنم عني عين حراسته وأضمر أن يسومني المكروه ويجرعني ضعاف مرارته ونظرت إلى ضعفي أن احتمال الفؤاده وعجزي عن الانتصار ممن قصدني بمحاربته ووحدتي في كثير ممن ناواني وأرسد لي فيما لم أعمل فكري في الإرصاد لهم بمثله وأيدتني بقوتك وشددت أزري بنصرتك وللت لي حده وخذلته بعد جمع عديده وحشده وعاليت كعبي عليه ووجهت ما سدد إلي من مكائده إليه ورددته عليه ولم يشف غليله ولم تبرد حزازات غيظه وقد عض علي أنا أمله وأدبر موليا قد أفققت سرايا ولك الحمد يا رب من مقتدر لا يغلب وذي أنات لا يعجل صل على محمد وآل محمد واجعلني لنعمائك من الشاكرين ولآلائك من الذاكرين إلهي وكم من باغ بغاني بمكائده ونسب لي أشرك بمصائده ووكل بي تفقد رعايته وأطبع إلي إطباء الصبع لطريدته انتظارا لانتهاز فرصته وهو يظهر بشاشة الملق ويبسط وجها غير طلئه ولما رأيت ضغل سريرته وقبح من طوى عليه لشريكته في ملته وأصبح مجلبا لي في بغيه أركسته لأم رأسه وأتيت بنيانه من أساسه وصرعته في زبيته، ورديته في مهوى حفرته، وجعلت خده طبقا لتراب رجله، وشغلته في بدنه ورزقه، ورميته بحجره، وهنقته بوتره، وذكيته بمشاقصه، وكببته لمنخره، ورددت كيده في نحره، وربقته بندامته، وفسأته بحسرته، فاستحذأ وتضاءل بعد نخوته، وانقم بعد استطالته، ذليلا مأسورا في ربق هبالته التي كان يؤمل أن يراني فيها يوم سطوته. وقد كدت يا ربي لولا رحمتك أن يحل بي ما حل بساحته، ولك الحمد يا رب من مقتدر لا يغلب، وذي أنات لا يعجل. صل على محمد وآل محمد، واجعلني لنعمائك من الشاكرين، ولآلائك من الذاكرين. إلهي وكم من حاسد شرق بحسرته، وعدو شجي بغيظه، وسلقني بحد لسانه، ووخزني بموقع عينه، وجعلني غرضا لمراميه، وقلدني خلالا لم تزل فيه. ناديتك يا رب مستجيرا بك، واثقا بسرعة إجابتك، متوكلا على ما لم أزل أتعرفه من حسن دفاعك، عالما أنه لا يضطهد من آوى إلى ظل كنفك، ولن تقرع الحوادث من لجأ إلى معقل الانتصار بك، وحصنتني من بأسه بقدرتك، ولك الحمد يا رب من مقتدر لا يغلب، وذي عنات لا يعجل. صل على محمد وآل محمد، واجعلني لنعمائك من الشاكرين، ولآلائك من الذاكرين. إلهي وكم من سحائب مكروه جليتها، وسماء نعمة مطرتها، وجداول كرامة أجريتها، وعاين أحداث طمستها، وناشئة رحمة نشرتها، وجنة عافية ألبستها، وغوامر كربات كشفتها، وأمور جارية قدرتها، لم تعجزك إذ طلبتها، ولم تمتنع منك إذا أردتها. ولك الحمد يا رب من مقتدر لا يغلب، وذي عنات لا يعجل. صل على محمد وآل محمد، واجعلني لنعمائك من الشاكرين، ولآلائك من الذاكرين. إلهي وكم من ظن حسن حققت، ومن كسر إملاق جبرت، ومن مسكنة فادحة حولت، ومن صرعة مهلكة نعشت، ومن مشقة أرحت. لا تسأل عما تفعل وهم يسألون، ولا ينقض ما أنفقت. ولقد سئلت فأعطيت، ولم تسأل فابتدأت، واستميح باب فضلك فما أكديت. أبيت إلا إنعاما وامتنانا، وإلا تتولا يا ربي وإحسانا، وأبيت إلا انتهاكا لحرماتك، واجتراء على معاصيك، وتعديا لحدودك، وغفلة عن وعيدك، وطاعة لعدوي وعدوك لم يمنعك يا إلهي، وناصر إخلالي بالشكر على إتمام إحسانك، ولا حجزني ذلك عن ارتكاب مساخطك. اللهم وهذا مقام عبد ذليل اعترف لك بالتوحيد، وأقر على نفسه بالتقصير في أداء حقك، وشهد لك بسبوغ نعمتك عليه، وجميل عادتك عنده وإحسانك إليه، فهب لي يا إلهي وسيدي من فضلك ما أريده إلى رحمتك، وأتخذه سلما أعرج فيه إلى مرضاتك، وآمن به من سخطك، بعزتك وطولك، وبحق نبيك محمد صلى الله عليه وآله. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. ولك الحمد يا رب من مقتدر لا يغلب، وذي أنات لا يعجل. صل على محمد وآل محمد، واجعلني لنعمائك من الشاكرين، ولآلائك من الذاكرين. إلهي وكم من عبد أمسى وأصبح في كرب الموت وحشرجة الصدر، والنظر إلى ما تقشعر منه الجلود وتفزع له القلوب، وأنا في عافية من ذلك كله. فلك الحمد يا رب من مقتدر لا يغلب، وذي أنات لا يعجل. صل على محمد وآل محمد، واجعلني لنعمائك من الشاكرين، ولآلائك من الذاكرين. إلهي وكم من عبد أمسى وأصبح سقيما موجعا في أنه وعويل يتقلب في غمه، لا يجد محيصا ولا يسيغ طعاما ولا شرابا، وأنا في صحة من البدن وسلامة من العيش، كل ذلك منك. فلك الحمد يا رب من مقتدر لا يغلب، وذي أنات لا يعجل. صل على محمد وآل محمد، واجعلني لنعمائك من الشاكرين، ولا لآلائك من الذاكرين. إلهي وكم من عبد أمسى وأصبح خائفا مرعوبا مشفقا وجلا حاربا طريدا، منجحرا في مضيق ومخبأة من المخابي، قد ضاقت عليه الأرض برحبها، لا يجد حيلة ولا منجا ولا ماوى، وأنا في أمن وطمانينة وعافية من ذلك كله. فلك الحمد يا رب من مقتدر لا يغلب، وذي أنات لا يعجل. صل على محمد وآل محمد، واجعلني لنعمائك من الشاكرين، ولا لآلائك من الذاكرين. إلهي وسيدي وكم من عبد أمسى وأصبح مغلولا مكبلا في الحديد بعيد العداة لا يرحمونه، فقيدا من أهله وولده منقطعا عن إخوانه وبلده، يتوقع كل ساعة بأي قتلة يقتل وبأي مثلة يمثل به، وأنا في عافية من ذلك كله. فلك الحمد يا رب من مقتدر لا يغلب، وذي أنات لا يعجل. صل على محمد وآل محمد، واجعلني لنعمائك من الشاكرين، ولآلائك من الذاكرين. إلهي وكم من عبد أمسى وأصبح يقاسي الحرب ومباشرة القتال بنفسه، قد قد غشيته الأعداء من كل جانب بالسيوف والرماح وآلة الحرب، يتقعقع في الحديد، قد بلغ مجهوده لا يعرف هيلة ولا يجد مهربا، قد أدنف بالجراحات أو متشحتا بدمه تحت السنابك والأرجل، يتمنى شربة من ماء أو نظرة إلى أهله وولده لا يقدر عليها، وأنا في عافية من ذلك كله. فلك الحمد يا رب من مقتدر لا يغلب، وذي أنات لا يعجل. صل على محمد وآل محمد، واجعلني لنعمائك من الشاكرين ولا لآلائك من الذاكرين. إلهي وكم من عبد أمسى وأصبح في ظلمات البحار وأواصف الرياح والأهوال والأمواج يتوقع الغرق والهلاك، لا يقدر على حيلة أو مبتلا بصائقة أو هدم أو هرق أو شرق أو خسف أو مسخ أو قذف، وأنا في عافية من ذلك كله، فلك الحمد يا رب من مقتدر لا يغلب وذي أنات لا يعجل. صل على محمد وآل محمد واجعلني لنعمائك من الشاكرين ولا لآلائك من الذاكرين. إلهي وكم من عبد أمسى وأصبح مسافرا شاخصا عن أهله وولده متحيرا في المفاوز طائعا مع الوحوش والبهائم والهوام وحيدا فريدا لا يعرف حيلة ولا يهتدي سبيلا، أو متأذيا ببرد أو حر أو جوع أو عري أو غيره من الشدائد مما أنا منه خلو في عافية من ذلك كله، فلك الحمد يا رب من مقتدر لا يغلب وذي عنات لا يعجل. صل على محمد وآل محمد واجعلني لنعمائك من الشاكرين ولا لآلائك من الذاكرين. إلهي وسيديك وكم من عبد أمصى وأصبح فقيرا عائلا عاريا مملقا مخفقا مهجورا جائعا ظمآنا ينتظر من يعود عليه بفضل، أو عبد وجيه عندك هو أوجه مني عندك وأشد عبادة لك، مغلولا مقهورا قد حمل ثقلا من تعب العناء وشدة العبودية وكلفة الرق وثقل الضريبة، أو مبتلا ببلاء شديد لا قبل له إلا بمنك عليه، وأنا المخدوم المنعم المعافي المكرم في عافية مما هو فيه، فلك الحمد على ذلك كله من مقتدر لا يغلب وذي أنات لا يعجل. صل على محمد وآل محمد واجعلني لنعمائك من الشاكرين ولآلائك من الذاكرين. إلهي وسيدي وكم من عبد أمسى وأصبح عليلا مريضا سقيما مدنفا على فرش العلة في لباسها يتقلب يمينا وشمالا لا يعرف شيئا من لذة الطعام ولا من لذة الشراب، ينظر إلى نفسه حسرة لا يستطيع لها ضرا ولا نفعا، وأنا خلو من ذلك كله بجودك وكرمك، فلا إله إلا أنت سبحانك من مقتدر لا يغلب وذي أنات لا يعجل. صل على محمد وآل محمد واجعلني لك من العابدين ولنعمائك من الشاكرين ولآلائك من الذاكرين، وارحمني برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. مولاي وسيدي وكم من عبد أمسى وأصبح وقد دنا يومه من حتفه واحدق به ملك الموت في عوانه يعالج سكرات الموت وحياده، تدور عيناه يمينا وشمالا ينظر إلى أحبائه وأودائه وأخلائه قد منع من الكلام وحجب عن الخطاب، ينظر إلى نفسه حسرة لا يستطيع لها ضرا ولا نفعا، وأنا خلو من ذلك كله بجودك وكرمك، فلا إله إلا أنت سبحانك من مقتدر لا يغلب وذي أنات لا يعجل. صل على محمد وآل محمد واجعلني لنعمائك من الشاكرين ولآلائك من الذاكرين، وارحمني برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. مولاي وسيدي، وكم من عبد أمسى وأصبح في مضائق الحبوس والسجون وكربها وظلها وحديدها تتداوله أعوانها وزبانيتها، فلا يدري أي حال يفعل به وأي مثلة يمثل به، فهو في ضر من العيش ودنك من الحياة، ينظر إلى نفسه حسرة لا يستطيع لها ضرا ولا نفعا، وأنا خلو من ذلك كله بجودك وكرمك، ولا إله إلا أنت سبحانك من مقتدر لا يغلب وذي أنات لا يعجل. صل على محمد وآل محمد واجعلني لك من العابدين ولنعمائك من الشاكرين ولآلائك من الذاكرين، وارحمني برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. سيدي ومولاي، وكم من عبد أمسى وأصبح قد استمر عليه القضاء وأحدق به البلاء وفارق وداءه وأحباؤه وأخلاءه، وأمسى أسيرا حقيرا ذليلا في أيدي الكفار والأعداء يتداولونه يمينا وشمالا، قد حسر في المطامير وثقل بالحديد، لا يرى شيئا من ضياء الدنيا ولا من روحها، ينظر إلى نفسه حسرة لا يستطيع لها ضرا ولا نفعا، وأنا خلو من ذلك كله بجودك وكرمك، ولا إله إلا أنت سبحانك من مقتدر لا يغلب وذي أنات لا يعجل. صل على محمد وآل محمد واجعلني لك من العابدين ولنعمائك من الشاكرين ولآلائك من الذاكرين، وارحمني برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. وعزتك يا كريم لا أطلبن مما لديك ولا ألحن عليك ولا أمدن يدي نحوك مع جرمها إليك يا ربي، فبمن أعوذ وبمن ألوذ، لا أحد لي إلا أنت، أفتردني وأنت معولي وعليك متكلي. أسألك باسمك الذي وضعته على السماء فاستقلت وعلى الأرض فاستقرت وعلى الجبال فرست وعلى الليل فأظلم وعلى النهار فاستنار، أن تصلي على محمد وآل محمد، وأن تقضي لي حوائجي كلها وتغفر لي ذنوبي كلها صغيرها وكبيرها، وتوسع علي من الرزق وت... وتوسع علي من الرزق ما تبلغني به شرف الدنيا والآخرة يا أرحم الراحمين. مولاي بك استعننت، فصل على محمد وآل محمد وأعني، وبك استجرت فأجرني، وأغنني بطاعتك عن طاعة عبادك وبمسألتك عن مسألة خلقك، وانقلني من ذل الفقر إلى عز الغنى، ومن ذل المعاصي إلى عز التقى، وقد فضلتني على كثير من خلقك جودا منك وكرما لا باستحقاق مني إلهي، فلك الحمد على ذلك كله. صل على محمد وآل محمد واجعلني لنعمائك من الشاكرين ولآلائك من الذاكرين. Mu'minin, you are requested to go in sajda if you have more before you. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. سجد وجهي الذليل لوجهك العزيز الجليل، سجد وجهي البالي الفاني لوجهك الدائم الباقي، سجد وجهي الفقير لوجهك الغني الكبير، سجد وجهي وسمعي وبصري ولحمي ودمي وجلدي وعظمي، وما أقلت الأرض مني لله رب العالمين. اللهم صل على محمد. اللهم عد على جهلي بحلمك، وعلى فقري بغناك، وعلى ذلي بعزك وسلطانك، وعلى ضعفي بقوتك، وعلى خوفي بأمنك، وعلى ذنوبي وخطايا بعفوك ورحمتك يا رحمن يا رحيم. اللهم إني أدرأ بك في نحر عدواني، وأعوذ بك من شره، فأكفنيه بما كفيت به أنبياءك وأولياءك من خلقك وصالح عبادك من فراعنة خلقك وطغاة عداتك وشر جميع خلقك برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين، إنك على كل شيء قدير، وحسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل. اللهم صل على محمد. الفاتحة لأرواح المؤمنين والمؤمنات. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ياسين والقرآن الحكيم، إنك لمن المرسلين على صراط مستقيم. تنزيل العزيز الرحيم، لتنذر قوما ما أنذر آباؤهم فهم غافلون. لقد حق القول على أكثرهم فهم لا يؤمنون. إنا جعلنا في أعناقهم أغلالا فهي إلى الأذقان فهم مكمهون. وجعلنا من بين أيديهم سدا ومن خلفهم سدا فهم لا يبصرون. وسواء عليهم أأنذرتهم أم لم تنذرهم لا يؤمنون. إنما تنذر من اتبع الذكر وخشي الرحمن بالغيب، فبشره بمغفرة وأجر كريم. إنا نحن نحيي الموتى ونكتب ما قدموا وآثارهم، وكل شيء أحصيناه في إمام مبين. واضرب لهم مثلا أصحاب القرية إذ جاءها المرسلون، إذ أرسلنا إليهم اثنين فكذبوهما فعززنا بثالث فقالوا إنا إليكم مرسلون. قالوا ما أنتم إلا بشر مثلنا وما أنزل الرحمن من شيء إن أنتم إلا تكذبون. قالوا ربنا يعلم إنا إليكم لمرسلون وما علينا إلا البلاغ المبين. قالوا إنا تطيرنا بكم لئن لم تنتهوا لنرجمنكم وليمسنكم منا عذاب عليم. قالوا طائركم معكم أئن ذكرتم بل أنتم قوم مسرفون. وجاء من أقصى المدينة رجل يسعى قال يا قوم اتبعوا المرسلين، اتبعوا من لا يسألكم أجرا وهم مهتدون. وما لي لا أعبد الذي فطرني وإليه ترجعون. أأتخذ من دونه آلهة إن يردني الرحمن بضر لا تغني عني شفاعتهم شيئا ولا ينقذون. إني إذا لفي ضلال مبين. إني آمنت بربكم فاسمعون. قيل ادخل الجنة
قال يا ليت قومي يعلمون بما غفر لي ربي وجعلني من المكرمين وما أنزلنا على قومه من بعده من جند من السماء وما كنا منزلين إن كانت إلا صيحة واحدة فإذا هم خامدون يا حسرة على العباد ما يأتيهم من رسول إلا كانوا به يستهزئون ألم يروا كما أهلكنا قبلهم من القرون أنهم إليهم لا يرجعون وإن كل لما جميع لدينا محضرون وآية لهم الأرض الميتة أحييناها وأخرجنا منها حبا فمنه يأكلون وجعلنا فيها جنات من نخيل وعناب وفجرنا فيها من العيون ليأكلوا من ثمره وما عملته أيديهم أفلا يشكرون سبحان الذي خلق الأزواج كلها مما تنبت الأرض ومن أنفسهم ومما لا يعلمون وآية لهم الليل نسلخ منه النهار فإذا هم مظلمون والشمس تجري لمستقر لها ذلك تقدير العزيز العليم والقمر قدرناه منازل حتى عاد كالأرجون القديم لا الشمس ينبغي لها أن تدرك القمر ولا الليل سابق النهار وكل في فلك يسبحون وآية لهم أنا حملنا ذريتهم في الفلك المشحون وخلقنا لهم من مثله ما يركبون وإن نشأ نغرقهم فلا صريخ لهم ولهم ينقذون إلا رحمة منا ومتاعا إلى حين وإذا قيل لهم اتقوا ما بين أيديكم وما خلفكم لعلكم ترحمون وما تأتيهم من آية من آيات ربهم إلا كانوا عنها معرضين وإذا قيل لهم أنفقوا مما رزقكم الله قال الذين كفروا للذين آمنوا أنطعم من لو يشاء والله أطعمه إن أنتم إلا في ضلال مبين ويقولون متى هذا الوعد إن كنتم صادقين ما ينظرون إلا صيحة واحدة تأخذهم وهم يخصمون فلا يستطيعون توصية ولا إلى أهلهم يرجعون ونفخ في الصور فإذا هم من الأجداث إلى ربهم ينسلون قالوا يا ويلنا من بعثنا من مركدنا هذا ما وعد الرحمن وصدق المرسلون إن كانت إلا صيحة واحدة فإذا هم جميع لدينا محضرون فاليوم لا تظلم نفس شيئا ولا تجزون إلا ما كنتم تعملون إن أصحاب الجنة اليوم في شغل فاكهون هم وأزواجهم في ظلال على الأرائك متكئون لهم فيها فاكهة ولهم ما يدعون سلام قولا من رب رحيم وامتازوا اليوم أيها المجرمون ألم أعهد إليكم يا بني آدم أن لا تعبدوا الشيطان إنه لكم عدو مبين وأن اعبدوني هذا صراط مستقيم ولقد أضل منكم جبلا كثيرا أفلم تكونوا تعقلون هذه جهنم التي كنتم توعدون اصلوها اليوم بما كنتم تكفرون اليوم نختم على أفواههم وتكلمنا أيديهم وتشهد أرجلهم بما كانوا يكسبون ولو نشاء لتمسنا على أعينهم فاستبقوا الصراط فأنى يبصرون ولو نشاء لمسخناهم على مكانتهم فما استطاعوا مضيا ولا يرجعون ومن نؤمر ونقص في الخلق أفلا يعقلون وما علمناه شعر وما ينبغي له إن هو إلا ذكر وقرآن مبين لينذر من كان حيا ويحق القول على الكافرين أولم يروا أنا خلقنا لهم مما عملت أيدينا أنعاما فهم لها مالكون وذللناها لهم فمنها ركوبهم ومنها يأكلون ولهم فيها منافع ومشارب أفلا يشكرون واتخذوا من دون الله آلهة لعلهم ينصرون لا يستطيعون نصرهم وهم لهم جند محضرون فلا يحزنك قولهم إنا نعلم ما يسرون وما يعلنون أولم ير الإنسان أنا خلقناه من نطفة فإذا هو خصيم مبين وضرب لنا مثلا ونسي خلقه قال من يحيي العظام وهي رميم قل يحييها الذي أنشأها أول مرة وهو بكل خلق عليم الذي جعل لكم من الشجر الأخضر نارا فإذا أنتم منه توقدون أوليس الذي خلق السماوات والأرض بقادر ألا أن يخلق مثلهم بلى وهو الخلاق العليم إنما أمره إذا أراد شيئا أن يقول له كن فيكون فسبحان الذي بيده ملكوت كل شيء وإليه ترجعون صدق الله العلي العظيم اللهم صل على محمد وعلى سورة مبارك الفاتحة.
एक मरतबा सूरह फातिहा और 3 मरतबा कुल हुवल्लाह पढ़ के तमाम अपने मरहूमीन ख़ास तौर पे उन अफराद के लिए कि जिनके लिए कोई फातिहा पढ़ने वाला नहीं। बिस्मिल्लाह। बीबी सैयद ज़ैनब के शान में मरसी के चंद एक शेर अर्ज़ कर रहा हूँ मौलाना की इजाज़त के साथ। दरमियान लाशों के मक़तल में खड़ी हैं ज़ैनब। दरमियान लाशों के मक़तल में खड़ी हैं ज़ैनब। इस अंधेरे में किसे ढूंढ रही है ज़ैनब। दरमियान लाशों के मक़तल में खड़ी हैं ज़ैनब। सबकी नज़रें हैं चमकते हुए खंजर की तरह। सबकी नजरें हैं चमकते हुए खंजर की तरह। भाई का खुश्क गला देख रही है ज़ैनब, दरमियाँ लाशों के मक़तल में खड़ी हैं ज़ैनब। शह पे चलते हुए खंजर को भला क्या मालूम। शह पे चलते हुए खंजर को भला क्या मालूम। किस तरह खाक पे गश खा के गिरी है ज़ैनब, दरमियाँ लाशों के मक़तल में खड़ी हैं ज़ैनब। हाथ उठा कर करे किस तरह से लाशों को सलाम। हाथ उठा कर करे किस तरह से लाशों को सलाम। हाथ उठा कर करे किस तरह से लाशों को सलाम। हाथ रस्सी में है शानों से बंधी हैं ज़ैनब, दरमियाँ लाशों के मक़तल में खड़ी हैं ज़ैनब। बखुशनूदी इमाम ज़मान बुलंदतर सलावत।
MashaAllah, Jazakallah. Can you please recite the Surah Fatiha for all our marhumin, including Marhuma Sarnabai Merchant, who passed away on Sunday, and all marhumin al-Fatiha. Mu'mineen, tomorrow is Jummah Namaz again. Can you please aim to arrive by 12:45, as Awwal Waqt is at 12:48, inshallah, so we can start the program promptly on time, inshallah. Wa Muhammadi wa ali Muhammad salawat. Please can we call Maulana Sahib to the member with the loudest of salawats. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadi wa ali Muhammad.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Mu'mineen, you are requested to recite Surah Mubarakatul Fatiha for all our intended shuhada. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin. Ar-Rahmanir Rahim. Maliki yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdina as-siratal mustaqim. Siratal لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم. حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل، نعم المولى ونعم النصير. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم، بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم، وبه نستعين وهو خير ناصر ومعين. الحمد لله الفرد الأحد الصمد الذي لم يلد ولم يولد، ثم الصلاة والسلام والتحية والإكرام على سيدنا ونبينا وشفيعنا وطبيب نفوسنا وحبيب قلوبنا الذي سمي في السماء بأحمد وفي الأرضين بأبي القاسم المصطفى محمد. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعلى أهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين المنتخبين المنتجبين الذين أذهب الله عنهم الرجس وطهرهم تطهيرا، ولعنة الله على أعدائهم أجمعين من يوم عداوتهم إلى قيام يوم الدين. أما بعد، فقد قال مولانا أبو عبد الله إمامنا الصادق، بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم: ثلاثة تورث المحبة: الدين والتواضع والبذل. صدق الله العلي العظيم وصدق مولانا الصادق عليه السلام. صلوات على محمد وآل محمد. Respected mu'mineen, the hadith that I have quoted, it is from our sixth Imam. And in that hadith, Imam alayhi salam, he is discussing a beautiful desire which is called a natural or divine or innate or inborn desire. You know, we all have a desire that we should be loved by others, that we should be respected. You know, this desire of respect, this desire of love from others, it is something very natural. No matter, you know, you are religious, someone is religious or not religious, Muslim, non-Muslim. In this world, each and every human being, he is after the respect of others, so people, they can respect him. And they are after, you know, love, so people can love them. So this desire, it is an innate desire. Everyone in this dunya, he is after the love and the respect from the people. So many things we do in this dunya for us to gain, you know, respect, for us to gain love of the community. So this thing or this, you know, desire, it is a natural desire. And this desire, you know, it is something even you see regardless of the age, regardless of the gender. Even women, they deserve, you know, they always, you know, after love and respect. Even the children, you see, a small child, if you do not respect him, he is not attracted to you. If you, you know, show your love and, you know, affection to him, so he will attracted to you. He become friend to you. So this thing, it is inborn. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you know, every natural desire that we have, or which is called inborn desire, it is a divine desire. There is nobody in this dunya who wants to have, you know, hatred, who wants to be disrespected. So this is something, you know, natural desire. So that is why our sixth Imam, you know, keeping this thing in his mind, he says a beautiful hadith. What he says, Salathatun turethul mahabba. There are three things which brings mahabbat, which brings the love of other into your life. You know, which brings, you know, with those three things, you will be able to obtain the mahabba of the people and respect of the people. And what are those things? Those three things. Ad-Din, number two, al-Badl wa tawadu. Imam said there are three things. Number one thing, it is ad-Din. However, you know, some ulama, they have interpreted it by ad-Dain. Meaning of dain is that if you give a loan to people, if you give credit to people, so they are, you know, happy with you and they start loving you. But over here, majority of ulama, they said it is ad-Din. It is deendari. You know, in our language we call it deendari or tadayyun. What is the meaning of deen or tadayyun over here? Very simple. You know, sometimes people, they ask, what is deen? You know, deen, it is combined or it is composed with three things. One, it is our i'taqadat. We have, faith, we have iman. So this is number one thing. Number two, ahkam of deen, like we have furu'ud deen, namaz or fasting and hajj and zakat, amr bil ma'ruf wa nahy anil munkar, tawalla, tabarra, jihad, and so on. So these things, are called ahkam. So one thing, what is the religion? Religion is combined with three things. One is aqidah, that we have to have faith in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Number two, in regard of the aqidah, we have to have faith in adalat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, justice of Allah. And the nabuwat, that we have to have faith that guidance is provided by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And imamat, and as well also qiyamat, because if qiyamah, it is very necessary. If you remove qiyamah from your faith, what would happen? You will have an entire, change in your life. Entire concept of life is changed. Why? Because if someone have no faith in the qiyamah or in judgment, so his action will be different. And if someone has faith that one day he is going to be questioned about his actions, so then, the action which you perform are going to be totally different. Anyway, so aqaid, number one. Number two, ahkam. And number three, akhlaqiyat. So this is called religion. When it comes to the at-tadayyun, religiosity, in English we call it, religiosity or people, they are divided into four categories. And this is very important for all of us. Tadayyun, religiosity, it is divided into four. Sometimes we have a religiosity which is called, seasonal religiosity. Today, you see how many of us, we are seasonal Muslim. When it is month of Muharram, mashallah, we have good attendance. But when the Muharram is past, so season is past, so we are seasonal religious. So when the season is past, then we are no more close to the religion. And Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam, Allahumma salli ala Muhammad, in his lifetime, he had this concern, great concern. Rasulullah said, Sayati ala nasi zamanun la ya'budun Allah illa fi shahr Ramadan. That a time would come on my ummah that they would not worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala except in the month of Ramadan. You see how many Muslims and how many, our community members. When it is a month of Ramadan, mashallah, they keep all the wajibat. They practice their namaz, they practice, recitation of the Quran. And mashallah, they are very religious. But the moment month of Ramadan is past, it's like they have no, connection with the religion. But religion is not like a, AC. When it is a, summertime, we use it, and when it is, winter time, we pack it and we keep it aside. So religion, it is something which has to be practiced throughout your life. So this religiosity, is not accepted by Islam, or I don't say that it is, something bad, but it is not completed. Religiosity should be, on constant base, and it should be all the time, with us. No matter we are in the masjid, no matter we are in our office, we are on road, we are in market, we are, with friends, we are in house, we are with family. So religion has to be all the time throughout of our, with us throughout of our life. So this is called, seasonal religiosity, which is not complete, which is not a complete religion. Number two, religiosity, we call it, it is individual. At-tadayyunul fardi. Human being, so many Muslims, you see, they are religious, but they are individually religious. And what is the meaning of it? They just care about their own religion. But when it comes to the religion of their family, when it comes to the religion of their, children, or the community and society and entire world, they are not, they don't have any concern about the other. They just have concern about their own namaz. I prayed my namaz, no matter, the child in next room, he is praying or not praying, it is not my business. So such a religiosity is called, individual religiosity. And wallahi, this is very dangerous, and it is not a complete, I'm not against of it, but it is not a complete, religiosity. religiosity has to be, expanded, from, from the individual. It has to go to family member, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in Quran very clearly he says, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu qu anfusakum wa ahalikum nara. O mu'mineen, O the people who have faith in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you should not only practice religion, also encourage your family member. Not only, you should not only protect yourself from the hellfire, you have to protect even your family member from the hellfire. It's not like, sometime when we read this ayah, it's a beautiful ayah, that Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu qu anfusakum. Oh, who you believe, protect yourself from hellfire. Qu anfusakum, protect yourself. Wa ahlikum nara, as well as your family member. Just imagine, sometime when I explain this, ayah, how do I say? Actually, in Quran, there are only words. Emotions, it is not there. But we have to, sensitize. We have to feel the emotions of the Quran. We have to feel the sound of the Quran. Actually, what is happening? Just imagine, in someone's house, it is burned or fire, got fire. So what happened? So we say, protect yourself, and protect your family also. So what happened at that time? You don't say that my child, he is tired and tomorrow he has to go office, so that is why let him, live in the house and let him sleep. So what do you do? Actually, you go and you rescue your child, you rescue your family member from the house which is getting burned. So this is how, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is explaining. Allah said, in this whole world there is a fire. You should not only protect yourself, even you have to protect your family member also. So this is very important. Religiosity, it should not be individual. It should, be expanded to the family member as well as to the other community member. Let me give you an example. If it is just, individual religiosity is demanded from us, so then why Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam recite Allahu salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad? That why Rasulullah is, writing letters to so many, countries and so many kings and elite people of the world. So it means religiosity is not only for individual, for ourselves. It should be, religion has to be expanded. In the time of Rasulullah, and even if you look at the Islamic history, you find there are thamaniyat zuhad. There are, 8 great zahidin, 8 great religious people. And they are just famous. They are zuhad. They themselves are zuhad. And for example, one of them is Khaja Rabi. Those who have gone to Iraq, those have gone to Iran, they know who is that Khaja Rabi. Khaja Rabi is one of the Shia person, and he was very righteous and monk type of man. And he was just, all the time busy in his namaz, all the time busy in recitation of the Quran and dua and tawassul to Allah. So this type, they are zuhad, they are called zuhad. So a person comes in the time of, Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam, that Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam was martyred on the land of Karbala. He was given this news to him. So when this man, he heard about Imam al-Hussein, what he said, he said, yes, those have done this or those have committed this crime, they have done something wrong. And that's it. And then he started making his namaz. Does such a spirituality or religiosity is sufficient? Of course not. The religion or this, this sentence is enough. So what our religion is asking? Our religion is asking that individual religiosity is not sufficient. We should not limit religion within ourselves. We have to expand it. Today, the major problem of the world, they are after their namaz only. They are after their fasting, but they don't care about the others. Today, in this world, the fire is burning. People are getting burned. People, they are in problem. But we are busy in our own namaz, in our own ibadah. So this such a ibadah or such a religion is not sufficient religion. In the time of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, there were some 10 people, it is written in the history. There were 10 people, mashallah, and they were very religious people. And it is not like they were ordinary. They were very close disciple of Rasulullah. So one day what happened? They had a meeting in a house. And they said how to, increase our spirituality. So everyone started discussing, giving the opinion. Someone, he stand out of those 10. He said, I have a beautiful idea how to maintain the religion and how to, keep ourselves from the sins. So he said, what is your idea? He said, it is better for us not to get married. Because if we get married, then a lot of expenses come on our shoulder. So, and then we have to find the sustenance, speak lie, speak, hurt people. And so better, we should not get married and we should isolate ourselves. And this is how we can protect ourselves from doing the sin or being disobedient to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The other person, he stood up. He said, I have another idea. It's a beautiful idea that we should leave eating, that we should, put food aside. We should, just eat when we are very hungry. Because if we eat less food, then we don't have to go after food a lot. So we will remain, intake. We will remain salim from committing the sin. So this man, he has given his opinion. The other person, he stood up and he said, better we should cut our ties from the people. Because as long as we are in the people, we commit a lot of sins. And because when we speak with people, sometimes we speak lie, sometimes we backbite. So if we cut ourselves from the people, so what would happen? We will be protected from the sins, from so many sins. So then these people, these 10 people, they isolated themselves and they locked themselves in a house. And they said, we will not get out and we will not be in touch with the people, we will not be in touch with our family member, and we are not going to get married. So they become famous in the Medina. Rasulullah, he got this news. The moment Rasulullah got this news, what happened? Rasulullah called all Medina people. And it was not, Rasulullah even did not wait for the Zuhr namaz or Zuhr azan. Before Zuhr azan, Rasulullah said, everyone has to be presented in the mosque. I want to see everyone in the mosque. So all Medina people, they came to masjid. Rasulullah go on mimbar and gave khutbah. And he said, I have heard that there are some people among you, those who said that we don't want to get married. They said it is not a complete religion. It is not my religion. Because if you look at me, Muhammad Rasulullah, he also get married. He also got married. So if, being away from the marriage is religiosity, so then look at the Rasulullah. If Rasulullah is getting married, then, marriage is something which is not harmful for your religiosity. So Rasulullah said at that moment, this hadith, it is very famous and we always hear this hadith at the time of nikah ceremony. So this hadith Rasulullah uttered at the time, at this occasion. An-nikahu min sunnati, faman raghiba an sunnati, falaysa minni. That the nikah and getting marriage is one of my tradition, and whosoever get away or whosoever abstain from this tradition, he is not counted in my ummah. So then Rasulullah said, I heard there's so many, there are some people, those who isolated themselves from people, so they do not have any business in my religion. So Rasulullah, he said that the individual religiosity is not sufficient. We have to, expand it to our family member as well as to our community members. So this is number 2 category of the religious. First category, seasonal, which is incomplete. Second category, it is individual also, it is incomplete. The third religiosity, it is shallow religion. You have shallow religion. Many times, you see, the religion has not entered into the bottom of our heart. Religion we have, which is confined only into our mouth. It is just, tongue service. It is up until the tongue. We say, La ilaha illallah, alhamdulillah, subhanallah. So religion has not yet entered into the depth of our heart. This such a shallow religion is also not sufficient, and it is very dangerous also. Many times you see in this dunya, people, they are always reciting the tasbih, la ilaha illallah, Muhammad Rasulullah, inshallah, but the religion is not there in their heart. It is still on their tongue. On Ashura day, you have seen, when the day of Ashura starts, what happened at that day? Umar ibn Sa'ad, he comes and he took his arrow and he took his, command, and he wanted to throw to the camp of Abu Abdullah al-Hussein. What he said at that moment? He called all his troops. He said, Ya khaylallah irkibi. He is calling his, troops. He said, oh, the troops of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, go ahead and Jannat is waiting for you. Attack on Abu Abdullah al-Hussein and Jannat is waiting for you. What is the meaning of it? Means the religion has not yet entered into his heart. He is killing the son of Rasulullah on the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And he is saying that the Jannat is waiting for you. Go and attack on Abu Abdullah al-Hussein. So is it a religion? Is it complete? Because the religiosity is not there. Complete religion is not there. He has shallow religion. Today you see ISIS and the Daesh people, when they slaughter the Muslim, what they say? Allahu Akbar, Bismillah, Allahu Akbar. This is, they're teaching. They say, go and kill the Muslim people. Sometimes you hear these sentences that today you do your dinner with Rasulullah. Rasulullah is waiting you. Make the Rasulullah happy by your suicide bomb. So this religion, it is not a complete religion. It is a, shallow religiosity. So that is why, Islam says that when you have religion, you must have a religion which is a complete religion. So number one category of the religiosity, it is seasonal. Number two, individual. And number three, religiosity, it is a shallow religiosity. And that is why, when you see Imam Sayyid al-Sajjad alayhi salatu wassalam, he used to cry a lot. One day, what happened? A person was sitting in presence of Imam al-Sajjad, and Imam al-Sajjad, he said that 3 days were very difficult for us, Ahlul Bayt alayhi wassalam, in Islam. And then, the Sahabi asked, what are those, ya Imam? Those were most difficult time for you. He said, number one day, it was the day of when Hamza, the uncle of Rasulullah, was martyred in Battle of Uhud. So Rasulullah, he cried over Hamza a lot. Why? Because his body was cut into pieces. And Hinda, she removed the, liver of Hamza. So over there, Rasulullah cried a lot. And then he said the second day, which was most difficult for us Ahlul Bayt, it was the day when Ja'far al-Tayyar was martyred. Because Ja'far al-Tayyar, his both hands were chopped. So Rasulullah has cried over him. And Ahlul Bayt, they cried over him. And then Imam alayhi salam, he has a pause. So the Sahabi, he asked, Yabna Rasulullah, what is the third day? Imam said, La yawmaka yawmika ya Aba Abdullah. I'm not just, I'm just giving you the riwayah narration. I'm not reciting Masahib. Yeah? So this man, he asked, Ya Imam, which day? He said the day of Imam Abu Abdullah al-Hussein. And then in that riwayah, Imam alayhi salatu wasalam, he mentioned, he said, Kullun yataqarrabu ilallahi bidamihi. On Ashura day, people, they wanted to get closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala by killing my father Abu Abdullah al-Hussein. So this religiosity, it is incomplete and shallow religiosity. Religion has not yet entered into their heart. So that is why, these people, even if you look at the riwayat in regard of the Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam, when Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam was about to throw into a fire, so, and it was made by Namrud, when Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam, time king or his time, tyrant, Namrud wanted to put him into fire. So historians, they have written that people, when Namrud asked to collect the woods, so people, they were collecting the woods and it became like a mountain. And each and every individual at that time, he was taking part and giving his contribution to this, crime. So they were buying woods and with the intention that if I buy this wood, and I contribute in firing, or I contribute in burning Ibrahim alayhi salam, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala may give us shafa, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us, give his child or her child shafa. So they were buying, so they were doing criminal act with the intention of that they are getting closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So this religiosity is called, shallow religiosity. The fourth category of the religiosity, it is a deep, at-tadayyunul amiq, the religiosity which is in the bottom of our heart, and this is what demanded from us. This is what religion of Islam demand from us. Religiosity that we should have, we have to have it in the depth of our heart. If it is there, then of course we have a complete religion. And there is a beautiful riwayah, and which is reported from our fifth Imam, Imam al-Baqir alayhi salatu wassalam. So one day, our fifth Imam, he was sitting with his ashab and with his some of his students in the masjid. So what happened? An old man entered in the house, or old man entered in masjid, and he said to Imam, Ya ibn Rasulullah, can I get close? Because there was a lot of crowd. So big people, big crowd was there. So this man, he said, Ya ibn Rasulullah, can I get closer to you? Can you give me some space? So Imam allowed him. Imam said, yes, you can get closer to us. He said, Ya ibn Rasulullah, I have a request to you. Imam said, yes, you can offer your request. He said, Ya ibn Rasulullah, I would like to present my religion before you. Whatever, faith I have, I would like to present it before you. And then you examine it, you check it, whether my religion is correct or not. If it is not correct, you tell me, I will complete it. I'm just presenting. And it was, norm in those days that people, they used to come to Ahlul Bayt, even to Maraje, and they used to say that this is all of my religion, this is what I believe, this is what I do, so just correct me. So this man, he comes to Imam and he said, Ya Imam, I'm presenting my religion before you. So Imam said, go ahead, Bismillah. So he started, mentioning his religion. He said to Imam, فَوَاللَّهِ إِنِّي أُحِبُّكُمْ وَأُحِبُّ مَنْ يُحِبُّكُمْ. He said, Imam, Mawla, I summarize what I have faith, what is my religion into three things. Number one thing, that wallah, I swear by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that I love you and I love those who love you. So this is number one thing. He said, this is one first portion of my religion. Number two thing, he said, Wallahi, inni la abghudu aduwakum wa abra'u minhum. Ya ibn Rasulullah, my second part of the religion is that I hate your enemy, I denounce your enemy also. This is number two. Number three, he said, Wallahi, inni la uhillu halalakum wa uharrimu haramakum. My third religion, my third part of my religion is that I regard everything is haram from you, I regard it as a haram. And everything is halal from you, I regard it as a halal for me. It is not like, I make halal and haram things from my pocket. Today you see how many people, they say, oh, in my opinion, it should be halal. Where is the hijab in the Quran? Where is, where is written, that the consuming wine is halal, is haram in the religion? In my view, it should be halal, because in those days, wine, it was, very dangerous. But today, it is all secure. In those days, hijab was wajib, because it was different time. But today, if we say it's an old fashion, if we do hijab, it's an old fashion. Wallahi, this is not, Islam. Islam, whatever is halal in the time of Rasulullah, it will remain halal till the day of judgment. What is made haram by Rasulullah, it will remain haram, till the day of judgment. Halalu Muhammadin halalun ila yawmil qiyamah, wa haramu Muhammadin haramun ila yawmil qiyamah. Today you see, each and everything, it has its own principle. Islam, it is a gharib. I always say, Islam is a gharib science. If you come to the medical science and you go to the doctor and you ask him, doctor, why you are giving me this capsule? It's an old fashioned. Why don't you give me something else? Did you ever tell to a doctor? No. Can you object on your doctor that why you are giving me injection? So why don't you give me something else? We are living in a modern, era. So you should give me something else. What doctor would tell you? Doctor would say, go from here. I'm not going to treat. I'm not going to give you any prescription. Wallahi, our religion is like a medicine. And that is why Rasulullah said, Ayyuhan nas Rabbul Alameen Kattabib wa antum kal marda. That all people understand that you are like patient and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is like a doctor. So if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is giving us something, so it will remain halal. If it is halal, it will remain halal for forever. If it is haram, it will remain haram for forever. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the best doctor for us. Because He is our creature, He is our creator, and He is our, master. He is our owner. And also, we read this, a sentence in Dua Joshan Kabir that Ya Tabiba Man La Tabiba La. This is one of the title of Allah. This is one of the characteristics of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that He is Tabib. And He is Tabib for our physical body as well as for our spiritual body. So that is why religiosity, it is individual religiosity and seasonal religiosity and shallow religiosity, they are not accepted. Only the religiosity which is accepted and which is complete, it is a deep religiosity. So this man, he presented all his aqaid before the Imam. And then Imam alayhi salatu salam, after hearing it, people, they are waiting that he has presented all his religion before the Imam. So now they are waiting to the response of Imam. You know what Imam alayhi salatu salam responded to him? Imam alayhi salatu salam told him, your creed, your aqidah, and your faith and iman and the religion which you have presented, it is a complete, it is a complete, and also when you depart from this dunya, my grandfather Rasulullah will come to welcome you, and my grandfather Amirul Mu'minin and Imam Hassan al-Mujtaba and Imam al-Hussein, and then he mentioned all the Imam, he said, including me, we will come at the time of your death and we will escort you to the Jannah. If you have such a religion. So this man, after listening the discourse of the Imam or the answer of the Imam, he overwhelmed with joy. He becomes so happy. So he said to Imam, yeah Imam, can you repeat it? Can you repeat these sentences that my religion is complete religion and Rasulullah and all the Imams, they are going to welcome me at the time of death and they will escort me to the Jannah. So Imam al-Baqir, he repeated all those sentences. Then Imam alayhi salatu salam called him. He said, get udnu minni, get closer to me. Imam alayhi salam, he take his hand and he rub his hand on his chest. So this man, he becomes so happy. So he started, leaving the crowd. And then he comes back again. He said, yeah Imam, can you put your blessing hand on my chest one more time, please? So Imam alayhi salam, he rubbed his hand, wipe his hand on his chest once again, and then he left. So when he was going, this man, Imam al-Baqir, he said, anyone wants to see a heavenly person, فَلْيَنْظُرْ إِلَى هَذَا الرَّجُلِ. He should look at this, this person. He is a heavenly man. So religiosity, it should be into the depth of, our heart. So number one thing, which brings salasatun tu'ratul mahabba. Our sixth Imam, he said, three things. They bring muhabbat. Muhabbat of what? Muhabbat of Allah. Muhabbat of Ahlul Bayt. Muhabbat of, people. If we are religious, if we following the religion, Allah would love us. Ahlul Bayt, they would love us. And community member also, they would love us. This is number one, religion, ad-deen. Number two thing, al-badl. What is the meaning of badl over here? Badl means, paying. When we have religion, we have to pay the cost of it. Anything, any blessing or any precious thing you want to have in your life, so you have to pay the cost of it. So if you are not paying the cost of it, then you will not be able to, receive it. You will not be able to take the maximum advantage of it. So anything, in religion, what our sixth Imam, he said, that if you are not paying the cost of your religion, if you are not spending on the religion, then you will not be able to be beloved in the eyes of people. So if you want to become beloved in the eyes of Allah, you want to become beloved in the eyes of Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam, and beloved in the eyes of people. So what you have to do? You have to be generous. You have to generosity. It is not like just giving your money and in the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. No, badl means that we have to pay the cost of religion by our wealth, sometime by our honor also, sometime by our children also. Sometimes we have to pay the cost of religion by our knowledge, whatever you have, you can pay the cost of your religion. Mashallah, if you have good voice, good tone, you can recite Noha, you can recite Marsiya. So this is also some time of this is a type of bazl that you are. Mashallah, you are a good reciter of the Quran. You can recite Quran loudly so other people can be encouraged. So this is also called badl. If you have, mashallah, good reciter of the azan, when you recite, mashallah, by your akhlaq also, you can do badl, you can give charity in the way of Allah subhanahu. Our sister, when they wear hijab, it is one type of the badl in the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because by their hijab, they are promoting the religion. They are paying the cost of it. So, badl, it is very, very important. And the third thing, it is at-tawadu, which brings mahabba, which brings love of Allah and love of Ahlul Bayt and community love in our life. It is at-tawazu, being humble. Arrogance, it is never ever accepted in Islam. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, our first Mawla Amirul Mu'mineen alayhi salatu wasalam, he says, Man kana fi qalbihi habbata khirdalin min al-kibr lam yashum rih al-jannah. If someone has kibr, if someone has arrogance equal to the grain of mustard in his heart, he will not be able to enter, not enter into the Jannah. He said he will not be able to even smell the Jannah. So kibr, al-takabbur ridai. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said that the arrogance, it is my rida. It is my, rida means this is my clothing. So anyone who has it, so it's like he is contradicting with me. So takabbur is takabbur, arrogance, pride is not permitted at all. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in Surah Luqman, he quote the wording of the Hakim Luqman. And what he says, Hakim Luqman, he presents so many advices to his son. And Hakim Luqman, however, he was not a prophet, but beautiful advices he has given to his son. And one of the advice, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala quote it into Quran. He said that Luqman, he said to his son, وَلَا تُصَعِّرْ خَدَّكَ لِلنَّاسِ وَلَا تَمْشِي فِي الْأَرْضِ مَرَحًا. That, oh my son, and it is a commandment of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that, oh mu'mineen, never ever be like arrogant in your life. La tusa'ir khaddak. Just look at the wording of what Quran is using. That never ever be tusa'ir. Tusa'ir means actually, tusa'ir, it is a type of disease. And this disease, it is related to camel. Camel, sometimes it has a disease and his neck is bent. He will not be able to, move it around. So when the neck of camel is bent, so this disease is called sa'ar in Arabic. So here, what Luqman is using over here, he said, one of my advice is, La tusa'ir khaddaka linnas. Never ever have this type of disease which camel has. What is the meaning of it? That you should not be arrogant, because it is interpreted with the arrogant. Because when human being is mutakabbir and he has a proud in his heart, so what he does, he turns his face away from the people. It's like he got disease of sa'ar, in his neck. So Luqman, he said to his son, وَلَا تُسَعِّرْ خَدَّكَ لِلنَّاسِ. Never ever, have this disease of being arrogant in your life. وَلَا تَمْشِي فِي الْأَرْضِ مَرَحًا. And do not walk on earth with proud and pride. And of course, proud is not permitted at all. So 3 things which brings mahabba in our life. Number 1, ad-deen. Number 2, al-badl, paying or being generous. And number 3, at-tawadu. So these 3 things, if you have in your life, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala would love you. Ahlul Bayt, they would love you. And people and community member also, they would love you. So this, tawadu. If you look at all the Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salam, they were mutawazi. They were very, very humble. They never had, arrogance. However, they were the master of the world. But they were so humble. They were down to earth all the time. Rasulullah, he was, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in Quran very clearly he says, فَبِمَا رَحْمَةٍ مِّنَ اللَّهِ لِنْتَ لَهُمْ وَلَوْ كُنْتَ فَضًّا غَلِيظَ الْقَلْبِ لَانْفَضُّوا مِنْ حَوْلِكَ. Ya Rasulullah, why within these 23 years you spread Islam and people, they become crazy for you, Ya Rasulullah. What is the reason behind? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he said, it is because of your leniency, because you were kind to people. If this kindness was not there, people, they would run away from you. Because you were kind to people, you were humble to people. So that is why you got, this much attraction in the community. Just imagine within 23 years, Rasulullah, out of his, humbleness, he attracted entire, community. He attracted, the whole world toward him. Today, millions and billions of people, they are proud that our religion does not permit us to be arrogant. So this is, these three things, they bring mahabba in our life. So one of the things, badl, as I told you, that the badl, it brings, mahabba. If we sacrifice, our wealth to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the way of religion, so people, they love us. And also another type of, badl, it is giving your children in the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Look at the women of Karbala, Bibi Zainab, Kulthum, and look at the Layla, look at the Rubab. They all sacrificed, they all did badl in the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They all did, generosity by their children in the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And one riwayah I would like to read, when it was, caravan comes back to Medina. So a person comes to Bibi Baneen. Who is Baneen? Baneen, the mother of Abul Fazl Abbas alayhi salam. Baneen, when she comes to the house of Amirul Mu'minin alayhi salam after the demise of Bibi Fatima al-Zahra. So because her name is Fatima, Baneen actual name is Fatima. So whenever Imam Amirul Mu'minin used to call him, O Fatima, so Baneen, she observed that Imam al-Hasan and Imam al-Hussein and Bibi Zainab and Kulthum, they all remembered their real mother, Bibi Fatima al-Zahra. So she said to Amir al-Mu'minin, Ya Ali, can you please change my name? Because whenever you call me Fatima, Hassan and Hussein, they remember their mother. So Amir al-Mu'minin, he said, from today, I'm giving you a name, Baneen, because you got so many children. And you got Hassan and Hussein, and they are your children. So Baneen, she was given this name by Amir al-Mu'minin alayhi salam. But after the Karbala, when a person comes to Baneen and he said, Oh Baneen, your sons, your all four sons, they were killed and they were martyred on the land of Karbala. You know what Baneen, she alayhi salam responded? She said, Kulluhum bifida al-Hussein. I sacrifice all my children on Aba Abdullah al-Hussein. And from today, do not call me Baneen, because Hussein is no more there, Hassan is no more there, and I have sacrificed all my children in the way of Aba Abdullah, in the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَسَيَعْلَمُ الَّذِينَ ظَلَمُوا أَيَّ مُنْقَلَبٍ يَنْقَلِبُونَ إِنَّا لِلَّهِ وَإِنَّا إِلَيْهِ رَاجِعُونَ. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept our this qaleel ibadah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive all our sins. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help those who are indebted. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give children those who are deprived from them. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us rizq halal. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us from haram rizq. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us tawfiq to nurture our children in Islamic way. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us tawfiq to visit the Karbala and the Maqamat al-Muqaddasa of Ahlul Bayt. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect entire Muslim Ummah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help those who are oppressed all over the world. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala eradicate the dhulm from the surface of earth. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala weaken the enemy of Islam. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ordain us among the ashab of Imam Sahib al-Asr. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala hasten the reappearance of Imam. وآخر دعوان الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله على محمد وأهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين رحم الله من قرأ الفاتحة لأرواح المؤمنين والمؤمنات ولشفاء المرضى ولقضاء الحاجات ولدفع البلاء عن المؤمنين والمؤمنات في أنحاء العالم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. السلام عليك يا وارث آدم صفوة الله. السلام عليك يا وارث نوح نبي الله. السلام عليك يا وارث إبراهيم خليل الله. السلام عليك يا وارث موسى كليم الله. السلام عليك يا وارث عيسى روح الله. السلام عليك يا وارث محمد حبيب الله. السلام عليك يا وارث أمير المؤمنين عليه السلام. السلام عليك يا ابن محمد المصطفى. السلام عليك يا ابن علي المرتضى. السلام عليك يا ابن فاطمة الزهراء. السلام عليك يا ابن خديجة الكبرى. السلام عليك يا ثار الله وابن ثاره والوتر الموتور. أشهد أنك قد أقمت الصلاة وآتيت الزكاة وأمرت بالمعروف ونهيت عن المنكر وأطعت الله ورسوله حتى أتاك اليقين. فلعن الله أمة قتلتك ولعن الله أمة ظلمتك ولعن الله أمة سمعت بذلك فرضيت به. يا مولاي يا أبا عبد الله، أشهد أنك كنت نورا في الأسلاب الشامخة والأرحام المطهرة، لم تنجسك الجاهلية بأنجاسها ولم تلبسك من متلهمات ثيابها. وأشهد أنك من دعائم الدين وأركان المؤمنين. وأشهد أنك الإمام البر التقي الرذي الزكي الحادي المهدي. وأشهد أن الأئمة من ولدك كلمة التقوى وأعلام الهدى والأروة الأثقى والحجة على أهل الدنيا. وأشهد الله وملائكته وأنبياءه ورسله أني بكم مؤمن وبيا بكم موقن بشرائع ديني وخواتيم عملي، وقلبي لقلبكم سلم وأمري لأمركم متبع. صلوات الله عليكم وعلى أرواحكم وعلى أجسادكم وعلى أجسامكم وعلى شاهدكم وعلى غائبكم وعلى ظاهركم وعلى باطنكم. السلام عليك يا ابن رسول الله. السلام عليك يا ابن نبي الله. السلام عليك يا ابن أمير المؤمنين. السلام عليك يا ابن الحسين الشهيد. السلام عليك أيها الشهيد. السلام عليك أيها المظلوم وابن المظلوم. لعن الله أمة قتلتك ولعن الله أمة ظلمتك ولعن الله أمة سمعت بذلك فرضيت به. السلام عليك يا ولي الله وابن وليه. السلام عليكم يا أولياء الله وأحباءه. السلام عليكم يا أسفياء الله وأوداءه. السلام عليكم يا أنصار دين الله. السلام عليكم يا أنصار رسول الله. السلام عليكم يا أنصار أمير المؤمنين. السلام عليكم يا أنصار فاطمة الزهراء سيدة النساء العالمين. السلام عليكم يا أنصار أبي محمد الحسن بن علي ولي الناس. السلام عليكم يا أنصار أبي عبد الله. بأبي أنتم وأمي تبتم، وطابت الأرض التي فيها دفنتم، وفزتم فوزا عظيما. فيا ليتني كنت معكم فأفوز معكم. السلام عليك يا ابن أمير المؤمنين. السلام عليك أيها العبد الصالح المطيع لله ولرسوله. أشهد أنك قد جاهدت ونصحت وصبرت حتى أتاك اليقين. لعن الله الظالمين لكم من الأولين والآخرين، ولحقهم بدرك الجحيم. السلام عليكم أئمة المسلمين، علي بن الحسين ومحمد بن علي وجعفر بن محمد وموسى بن جعفر وعلي بن موسى ومحمد بن علي وعلي بن محمد والحسن بن علي والحجة بن الحسن. أجل الله تعالى فرجه وسهل الله مخرجه وظهوره. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. اللهم صل على محمد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اللهم كل ولي
جدنا الحسن صلوات عليه وعلى أباه حديث عبدي وفي كل ساعة وليا وحافظا وقائدا وناصرا ودليلا وعينا حتى تذكره وأسكاته وتمديه فيها تغييرا